Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to this week's edition of AWF Saturday Night Slam here on TV 45. I'm Mick Carshall, along with... What did I tell you about not eating one week?
Along with who?
Oh. DJ Draper, why can't you eat your cookie and your popcorn and your hot dog and your nachos and your 15 pizzas before the camera turns on? Why do you always wait?
I'm hungry now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, he's hungry now, so we better get through this so you can hit the concession stand before you get into the ring. And after your ring announcement, you go back to the concession. Are you choking? Oh, good. Yes.
Bag of chips?
Bag of chips, don't worry about it. We have two great matches for the fans this week, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, a favorite of yours, the old Surf City kid himself, Mikey Wipeout.
You know, he better come to the ring focused here because he's taking on someone who's bound and determined to be successful here in the AWF, and that's Danny Dangerous.
What can you tell me about Danny Dangerous?
Well, I'm going to guess based upon his name, he's pretty dangerous.
Oh, you're just a fountain of information. And then, ladies and gentlemen, talk about divergent styles in the main event. The Animal, Udo, comes to the ring to go one-on-one with perhaps the most physically impressive wrestler here in the AWF, Craven Knight.
Udo the Brawler gets down and dirty there, taking on the extreme assassin Craven Knight, who is one of the top athletes here in the AWF. It's going to be interesting to see how that match transpires.
You just spit cookie in my face. Never again. I'm telling you, if I have to go to the hierarchy here in the AWF... Oh, ladies...
I've got to clean my lapels. We're on TV.
Good, that's terrific. Go brush your teeth, too, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, why do I work with him? We'll be right back. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the action of the American Wrestling Federation. Mikey Wipeout apparently has brought a very special guest with him this week.
Yeah, another bureaucrat, another administrator here of our public school system in the state of Minnesota. Principal Tim Biorgi, I guess, has some doctorate in education or educational administration, or what am I doing? This guy's corrupt as the rest of them.
I knew you'd get to that sooner or later, you and your ridiculous corruption in the educational system.
The test scores here in Morrison County, and Little Falls in particular, I think are a bit disproportionate. Wait a second here.
Wait a minute. Wait a second. Wait a minute. Little jawing match and then a little push and shove.
Wait a second. Danny Dangerous isn't a student here. He can't push him around like he pushes around his students. You know, that sort of punishment is still allowed in the public schools, right, Mick?
Haven't been to the public school since Lincoln was president, but let's get to the action. And Danny Dangerous came into the ring overconfident. Some of the fans making fun of his physique. I have to be honest with you. Some people in the front row about ringside. And in the ring, his opponent, you talk about a very charismatic but yet very unpredictable. Well, he's out there. I'm talking about Mikey Wipeout.
Yeah, it's hit or miss with Mikey, whether he's going to be focused, whether he's going to be on his game, whether he's going to be prepared to compete. And he better watch it, because this Danny Dangerous, like right here in the AWF, looks very determined to make an impact. And the way you make an impact in the AWF is a victory over a guy like Mikey Wipeout.
Look at Dangerous going from behind, hammering away at Mikey Wipeout. Mikey, who has shown so much improvement, vast improvement, over the past year or so here in the AWF. I don't know a lot about Danny Dangerous, or Underdog or Mighty Mouse or whatever his name.
Why do you have to disparage?
I don't know anything about the guy.
Then what does that say about your broadcast acumen when you provide such little preparation when you come to an event like this?
Hang on a second here. We'll wait for the wrestling action. Oh, what a drop kick. Are you kidding? Mikey Wipeout, high hip toss. Dangerous doesn't know where he is. Picks him up. Oh, that's a lot of ponderous bulk there. of Danny Dangerous as he rolls out of the ring, your hero, as he makes it to the safety of the arena floor. You tell me, give me some information, Professor Wrestling, about Danny Dangerous.
Danny Dangerous brings to the table here a true determination. Oh!
Wait a minute. Wait, that's not what I'm asking you. I didn't ask you if the guy was determined or not. Give me some of his wrestling history. You berated me because I said I didn't know the guy.
Well, look, I just want to talk about for a second.
You just want to do. Oh, he buried that about 7 feet into that ample midriff of Danny Dangerous.
It's a 2-on-1 account here. This should not be allowed to occur. Danny Dangerous was not given a chance to get a guidance counselor or a parking attendant or someone else here at the high school. What, a foreign object? What did he just hand him? He handed brass knuckles.
He didn't hand him brass knuckles. He's got sunglasses on for brass knuckles. All the way to the top, Mikey Wipeout. Here we go. Big elbow.
I'm gonna have to talk to the executive director about this. Oh wait, I'm not talking to the executive director about anything.
Why don't you confront Danucci? Ask him something. You and he go way back. You're good buddies. He always told me what a great influence you had with the office here in the AWF. Talk to him.
I need to talk to my attorney first.
Oh, here we go again. I told you, guy's got 10 years left before he's even eligible for parole. Your attorney. Oh, nice drop toe hold by. Look at him now. Oh. We're going surfing. Mikey Wipeout. Oh, Mikey's on fire. Mikey's having a good time out there tonight.
The name on the marquee is wrestling. Well, this place is too poor to have a marquee, but the name on the would-be marquee is wrestling, not surfing. Focus on the wrestling, Mikey.
Oh, are you kidding me? That's it. Mikey Wipeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the match, the Sunset Beach Kid, Mikey Wipeout.
And isn't it great to see such an upstanding young man as Mikey Wipeout in the ring with the hierarchy here at Little Falls High School?
The hierarchy, he's probably just having flashbacks to the time he spent in school suspension with his principal. And that's when he actually went to school.
Be sure to catch the upcoming American Wrestling Federation action when it comes to a venue near you.
Wrestling fans, you might want to back away from the TV screen just a little bit. Maybe we can push the camera back, because this imposing gentleman sitting to my left, one half of the Barking Spiders, Ox, is our guest this week on AWF Profiles. And Ox, first of all, welcome to the program.
Good to see you, man.
Certainly, my friend, you've established quite a reputation, quite a track record here in the AWF. For the fans who may not be familiar with Ox, a little bit of your background, how you got involved in this crazy world of pro wrestling.
Well, pro wrestling ever since I was a little kid. We never watched any sports in my house. No football, no hockey. But, wrestling was always on the TV screen. So I grew up watching wrestling and having two older brothers who loved to beat on their little brother. I had to, start lifting some weights and be able to beat them to the dinner table just to be able to get my food. So years of practice.
I'm guessing that you won one or two of those races to the dinner table, but be that as it may, as we're talking pro wrestling here in the AWF. As a tag team, with your tag team partner Clutch, or as a singles competitor, do you have a preference? Are you more comfortable in the tag situation or going one-on-one?
Well, me and Clutch, we've known each other ever since we're little kids. And, we know what each other's thinking, which in the ring together makes us very destructive. Because if he does one thing, all he has to do is look at me, make a glance, I know exactly what he's thinking. So tag team, great. Singles, great. The reason why I'm wrestling is because I need to eat. And if I don't eat, the ox gets really, really angry.
I'm going to call catering myself here in just a minute, make sure they're at the ready. Before I let you go, before we turn the camera on, you told me that you're having a problem, Ox, in getting matches here in the AWF, and you have a theory as to why that is.
These guys get the contracts, they see either myself or the Barking Spiders on them, and they don't want to sign them. And I don't know if they're scared. They're probably scared. But
sorry about that, pal.
Oh, no problem. But I felt worse, trust me. But it's hard to get competition. It's hard to get guys wanting to get in the ring with us.
I can't imagine
why. Why are you guys so scared?
I cannot for the life of me fathom why that would be. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest at this time, all 300 plus pounds of him, outside the ring, he's a teddy bear. Inside the ring, get out of the way. The one and only Ox. What a matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Mick Karsh and DJ Draper at ringside as the extreme assassin, Craven Knight, does battle with the maniacal, the scary Udo.
Scary? What's scary is this theme music that's being used by Craven Knight. I mean, you can hardly hear. And I'm very intellectual. It's not very hard for me to process thoughts, but that makes it kind of difficult.
Very intellectual, huh? Okay. Side headlock, ladies and gentlemen. Craven Knight and Udo from the high school in Little Falls, Minnesota.
I know quite a bit. I know, in fact, that Little Falls right here is the home of the Wright brothers, in fact.
That's terrific. You care to call the wrestling match or what?
No, I just want to prove how much I know.
I think you just did. Udo on the outside of the ring. Udo from the jungles of what?
The Isle of Chudarunga, Mick. How many times? Well, wait a second. Look at Craven Knight.
Chimichanga?
The Isle of Chudarunga, if you would look at an atlas, you might be able to find it yourself.
Where is it? What's it near?
It's,
what's the cross street?
Whoa, look at that.
Oh, no. Oh, man. The extreme assassin Craven Knight and Udo. If there was ever a match with a contrast in styles, this has to be it. You've got the animal, the wild animal, let's be honest about it, Udo. Some wrestling technique, doesn't employ it a lot. And on the other side, the extreme assassin Craven Knight, not only gifted in the martial arts, he is street tough, he is a great technical wrestler. He's got the whole package going.
Well, Udo, I believe, was a great technical wrestler, too, winning the Island Championship at the 16-stone weight class when he was in high school. However, you're right. Craven Knight brings to the table tremendous technical ability as well that I should not discount.
Look at Udo now on top. Wait a minute. Did you say he won the Island Championship?
Well, they don't have states. They don't have provinces. It's the.
Well, who did he beat? Did he beat a chimpanzee?
I don't know.
Emu?
I only know the weight class. Okay.
Oh, look at him. Look at him right there working on Craven Knight. Udo, some of that scientific and skill and technique that you were talking about, rake across the nose and the eyes. Very, very well done.
The Greco-Roman face lock, I believe they call it.
Wish they had a Greco-Roman set of handcuffs to haul you. Wait a minute. In for the cover. Count of 1 and 2. Kind of a slow cadence by referee Patrick Cooper, I have to say.
I think he's been doing quite lousy. In fact, I think his license should be revoked.
Well, that's you. Professor Wrestling, a master of all he surveys. Look at Udo. Oh, Udo was measuring Craven Knight. Why don't you, I was going to say, why don't you write the guy a letter, but Udo with that double sledge now.
Now, one thing I wonder about Udo is I wonder how these fans affect his psyche.
Oh, look at Craven Knight. Pounding away. Oh, there's that knee right across the shoulder.
Craven Knight, a very, very rookie mistake for someone who's been, really growing as a wrestler here, failing to hook the leg on that lateral press. Terrible mistake by Craven Knight.
Well, once in a while, that adrenaline rush in the middle of the ring, you kind of forget things. You get caught up in the moment. Oh, man.
I only know how I feel when I get to the chicken section of the Pizza Ranch, but speaking of adrenaline, that's neither here nor there.
Do they know you're showing up there tonight? Is that why all the cops are parked outside?
It's possible. Wait a minute. What a beautiful, beautiful vertical suplex and a quick cover. Again, if you're just going to talk about food all the time, I guess I'll call the wrestling.
Wait a minute. If I'm going to talk about food all the time, you. Oh, God. Oh, help me. Hypocalorie. Oh, no. Craven Knight. There's that spinning heel kick. Boy, I tell you what, Udo has that ponderous bolt going for him. Very unorthodox, to say the least. I'm being kind in calling him unorthodox. Look at this. Oh, spine buster. Spine buster.
I would say Craven has the slight edge in athleticism, though.
Slight edge. Okay. Wait a minute. What the heck's going on here? Oh, wait a minute. Knight's getting into his own here. Craven Knight. No. Pushed off by Udo. Look at this. Udo. Oh, Knight. Tremendous athleticism as Usato drilled him there. Does he have him? He's got him. Wow.
I think that's it, Mick.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the match, the Extreme Assassin, Craven Knight.
Well, I have to say, it wasn't Luthez and Danny Hodge in there. No question about that. That contrast in style sometimes doesn't play itself out to the greatest technical or scientific match. But in the end, Craven Knight had too much athleticism, too much staying power for the animal from Chimichanga.
That's the Isle of Chudarunga, and I will say, a tremendous victory by Craven Knight as he moves up the ladder in the AWF.
Chippy Chewy?
Oh, give it a rest, Karsh.
Contenders for the AWF Championship in the absence of the grounded MIA Tony DiNucci.
Certainly right, Mick, and with that belt vacant, Arya Daivari definitely looking like one of the favorites. If it wasn't the holidays and my budget was so tight, I'd put some dollars down on Arya Daivari to be our next champion.
As I've said many times before, you toss nickels around like they're garbage can covers. You've never bet on anything in your life, and if you have, you've certainly welched on the bet. So let's not go there, Mr. Las Vegas. Let's not talk about you placing any money on anything. Back to the action in the ring. Referee Rob Page, one of the more experienced officials here in the upper Midwest, and I know for some reason, again, a guy you don't particularly care for, Referee Page.
He seems to be as bipartisan and fair, depending on who the competitors are in the ring. And look at Ryan Cruz there, using his skull to go after the chin of Rob James. Right now, I think Page, our referee, is doing okay.
What a shot on the part of 6% body fat, Rob James, once again posturing to the crowd. He might have knocked Ryan Cruz completely unconscious. Count of 1, 2, it's up. Oh, man. Boy, that's 2 and about 9/10 there on the count.
Oh, now are you being critical of Rob Page?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Since when was I critical? I just said the man almost pinned Ryan Cruz. Is that being critical in your estimation? Will you please listen to what you're saying?
You seem to be criticizing the count more than what was going on between the two competitors.
You know what? You're delusional. Somebody get this guy another brat. Get him another brat, because clearly you're having problems out here. 6% body fat with a big body slam now. Rob James, very, very athletic. He's a risk taker here. He's a daredevil in that ring. And again, posturing, wasting all the time in the world here. Well, you sent a telegram, Pony Express. No wonder you landed on your hind end. That's what I'm talking about. You can be confident, but stupid in the ring, and overly arrogant is another thing.
Definitely right, Mick, and these two have scouted each other. They've watched tapes, they've wrestled each other dozens of times. Each one of them knows what's coming up, and Ryan Cruz definitely knew that Rob James was going to be taken to the sky.
You know, you talk about athleticism. Ryan Cruz showing some incredible agility in that ring. There's that spinning heel kick. In for the float over the cover. Count of 1 and 2. It's and again. Wow. Couple of times in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen, the referee's hand was on the way down to the canvas for that third count. The competitors managing to kick out, you know, the staying power, the stamina of both these wrestlers. I don't know of two guys that are in better physical condition in all of the AWF.
You know what, Mick? It's fitting that we're in an elementary school because these two have as much energy as a second grader running around here playing dodgeball during the day.
You know, there's times that I regret handing you the microphone, and that was one of them. Oh, wait a minute, there's a shot. Those analogies sometimes are real stretches on your part. Wait a minute, big crossbody from the top. Count of 1, count of 2. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Where did Rob James, that's got to be instinctive. Got to be instinctive. You know, Nick Bockwinkel, one of the greats of all time, once said, it gets to be where in the middle of the night in your sleep, you roll your shoulder up thinking you're at the count of 3.
You know, he was certainly a great, successful competitor, definitely, but it looks like that these guys like Rob James and Ryan Cruz are going to be that next level here in the AWF.
There's no question about it. They've certainly elevated the game. Oh, that backbreaker. Oh, what a move on the part of Rob James. My God, is his head still on his shoulders? Cruz was planted. Are you serious? If that isn't instinct and guts alone, where does he get it? Where does he get it?
I don't know, but that athleticism certainly with the stamina coming into play there for Ryan Cruz.
Rob James signaling that this could be it. Watch him now, setting him up. This could be good night. He's certainly, wait a minute now. Cruz blocking it here. There's a couple of elbow shots. Takes him over, nice escape on the part of Ryan Cruz. Wait a minute now. Picks him up, cinches him in, and drops him. Count of 1, 2. It's all
got him.
It is all over. You know, you can't call it an upset because, again, both of these wrestlers probably have an equal amount of victories against each other, but what a sensational counter into that pinning combination. Ryan Cruz, ladies and gentlemen, with his sights set on all the gold here in the AWF, and he took a quantum leap forward, dispatching 6% body fat, Rob James.